Hey, what's going on, family? This is your boy, Pastor Santa Cameau. This is the Real Word, and our co-host is coming right now.
Right now.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Real Word. This
Ricky.
is the 4th season, episode 15. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to everybody that's been visiting our website. That's www.therealwordministriesinc.org. That's www.therealwordministriesinc.org. Shout out to everybody that follow us on Instagram at The Real Word Ministries Inc. Shout out to everybody that follow us on Instagram at The Real Word Ministries Inc. Shout out to everybody that likes us or subscribe to our YouTube at The Real Word TV on YouTube. One word, The Real Word TV on YouTube. And also see us on Facebook at The Real Word 7. That's The Real Word 7 on Facebook. Shout out to Pastor Santa Cameau that's here with us today. And shout out to our two special guests. Introduce yourselves.
Ladies first.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Kim Murray.
And I'm Cameau Hall.
So I see that you guys are in a very bubbly mood tonight. Tell the people why you're in a bubbly mood tonight, both of you. Nothing wrong with that.
I only get bubbly around her, you know.
Oh, word? Oh, so that's the queen.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's why she can't do this too many times.
I can't.
Gotta claim
I'm
my
only
manhood
allowed
back.
one time. One time. No.
I hear that. So, quick question. I wanted to ask you guys, what's on your mind? Like, what you guys want to share to the people tonight?
That's her episode.
The topic that we came up today was love, law, and business. So Cameau wanted to speak about those three things, and I think it applies to all of us here. So we're going to break down the different aspects of the three, beginning with love, and then law, and then business.
Okay.
So I think everybody here has been in love.
I just want to be clear. You brought this topic up.
All right,
you know?
fine. You told me to come up with a topic, so I came up with a topic, and I came up with that one. So
I was curious to find out, because you said you had read a book, and that's how, like you said, that's what life is all about: love, law, and business.
Why not?
And I was interested to hear about that. But
all right.
And
so everyone's here been in love, right? Yes, no.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Like
all right. So let's talk about it, right? What are some of the aspects that causes individuals to fall in love?
Babe.
I would say something that, I guess, this is hard. It's like out of nowhere in a way. They do something that you'd never expect them to do, and then
Like what?
You're gonna have to snitch on yourself.
Really? Okay. For example. Okay, you know what? Not even gonna put I am, but not. Basically, say if you think the person is selfish, like you already named them, you're like, you're this person, and they prove you wrong. Like, no, I'm not this person, you know, and they do something so amazing to prove you wrong, and then that is what brings on that love. Like, you know, you did
them
that
shining.
amazing thing. Yes, them shining. They fucking shine great. So yeah, they did. Sorry about that. But yeah.
Come on, you're doing your job.
I don't know who she's talking about.
So let me ask you a question, right? Do you feel that at first that when a good girl meets a good guy, they can be very difficult, especially if they've been scorned?
Okay.
At first, wait, what was the question?
Do you feel that there's girls that could like let's say you're a good girl, but you went through a situation, you got played, but you didn't really heal yet. Do you feel that girls can make good guys stress them out? Especially if they haven't healed yet?
Oh, then yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I don't think you should get in a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship, and I think that after a previous relationship, you should give yourself time.
Facts.
So you don't just be with the person just so you won't be alone.
Facts.
Exactly.
I think love is something that builds over time. I don't believe in a love at first sight, but I think you can meet someone and then you can fall in love and then you can be with them for a while. Like I use the example of my wife and I. We've been together now 3 years. and we've been together since the day we've met, literally till now. You know, 3 years straight. So
Every day.
yeah. so you know, sometimes it be like that. You know, some people they've been together for longer. You know, some people been together for less before they get married. There's people that get married after 6 months. There's some people that get married after 4 or 5 years. There's some people that get married after you know. There's people that get married after
There's
30
no real
days.
time, yeah. There's no real time frame for when it just clicks.
That's a fact. Like my man Devon Franklin and old girl, I think they've been together for like 4 months, and they got married. And they've been together for years now.
4 months?
Yeah. Listen, bro. If God,
That's close.
they've been married for 3 years now.
That's impressive.
My thing is that if this is what I feel, right? This is what I feel, right? I feel if God tells you this is the one, and you're financially stable, and if God is really leading you both to do it, happen.
Nah.
If God is leading if God is talking to you, and God is talking to her, and God is giving the signs, and it's clear,
My name's not Kimberly.
why not?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Why not? And especially, you know what I'm saying, if there's an understanding of respect, a mutual respect, and the love is reciprocal, and there is support, and
He knows how to listen. He knows love like the back of his
and
hand.
then, well, the second part of the movement I have is spread love now. So you know, so that's
Okay.
that's really what it's about loving the person now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
About to ask about your love life. What
Well-
made you fall in love?
What made me fall in love?
Yeah. Let's get deep into this.
What made me fall in love? Well, from my last situation, I think what made me fall in love with her was the mere fact of I've always loved her as a friend, and I think at that time was what really triggered us to get together at that time was
Oh, she's watching.
what we're doing in the community. I think that's what it is. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, she has a son, she has a lot on her plate, and it is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
But unfortunately, you mean like she doesn't have time?
No, like she don't have time, you know what I'm saying, you know, and she does all, and I understand, you feel me, I get it, you know, it is what it is, and sometimes, you know, it's so real that people are not ready for it, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying, I mean,
That could happen. Like, you
It's
know,
not emotional.
I think one of the best movies that depict that situation
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
peculiar case of Benjamin Button,
yeah,
where like he was aging backwards and the girl was aging forward,
Yeah.
and she had a whole different life.
I
yeah,
love that
And then
movie.
and then the girl that he loved growing up, I think he grew up as an old man,
Yeah.
but really she was older than him. Then they met somewhere in the middle. The woman had already gotten and then the woman had a boyfriend, and he went off, and then afterwards when she got pregnant, had a
Watched
kid,
this movie too many times.
he left,
really did.
and then she got married. He
I
came
did forgot
back.
I was
Yeah.
that old.
and I want to add to, and like I said,
Wow, that's really a
and
deep
like,
point.
and like I said too, like I said, you know, I'm not to put, you know, people's business. Sometimes, you know, people can be in a situation with somebody for like 7-8 years, and it's not going nowhere at all, and you rekindle with a friend that you feeling, and you know what I'm saying, it goes great, and you don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, why do I deserve it? And sometimes people gotta figure it out. They gotta figure it out and realize, you know, their worth. People just don't know their worth. You know what I'm saying? I just
C word.
you don't know their worth, and I think that's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Can't use the B word around.
What's that?
Yeah, you said the B word. So
What did I say?
you said some
You
B's.
call them itches.
I said they don't know their worth.
I
You said
heard the
some
itches.
B's.
I didn't say
don't know their
bees.
worth.
I didn't say bees.
Oh, it's okay.
I didn't say
We
bees.
got you on camera. so-
No. No.
Yeah, but
I just feel like some girls don't know their worth, and
Can I? I just want to ask Rickard one question.
yeah,
Though. He has said, you know, you shouldn't get into a relationship unless you fully recover from the last one. But
agree.
what about the saying when they say the only way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else, man?
I mean, when you're under someone else, I don't think those are the individuals that you're seeking a relationship
I
with.
agree.
I think those are some people that you're just trying to, release tension and spend time
I
with.
agree.
Release
So,
tension. Whoa.
Sometimes while you're enjoying yourself,
I agree.
feelings come about, and sometimes you think
Yeah.
a situation's just gonna be a
A
one-time
fling.
thing, and you hit it and quit it, and then
Exactly.
sometimes it becomes more than that.
Exactly, I agree.
Stuff like that happens.
Do you think
too.
that's a good thing to do?
That's not a good thing to
I mean,
a dub.
I
That's
think
a dub?
I think
Yes, it does.
I think to each is his own. You
Okay.
you can't put certain expectations on life, because that's why they call it life. Some
Sure.
certain things are unpredictable. Sometimes you meet a girl that you just think that you're gonna sleep with her or have a one night stand, then she end up being the dopest girl in the world.
That's a fact.
Sometimes a
lot of
girl looks
relationship stuff
a girl
like
looks
that.
great on paper, as in like she has all the check marks. She might have a place, she might have degrees, she might, and then you get with her and you're like, damn, now I know why
Her
you're single
personality,
the whole time.
personality
Yeah,
sucks.
like things like that occur quite often. So at the same time, like you can't really.
Same
like,
thing for guys.
It is what it is, I mean,
If you
so
have anything
You're
to
happy,
say.
son. You're doing your job, bro.
yeah,
Nah, dude.
so yeah.
Wow.
I think love is something that
Yeah.
everyone should experience at least once in their life, and I think once you do experience it, I think that it should be reciprocal, as in something that you share.
Yeah.
And I think like especially when you have a family, when you have kids,
Mhm.
kids give you unconditional love, like especially kids, because they can't really fake it, So I think that's part of life as well. All these things help to complete life in general.
Facts.
Then after love comes law, as in majority of the time when you love someone, you're like, okay, you get down on one knee. Some people do, some people don't. Some people live the common law.
That's true.
Even when you live common law, there's still the
True.
word law in it.
Gotcha.
So then comes the law. Even if you don't sign a legal document, the marriage license, the marriage certificate, you might do other legal things, as in you might purchase a home together. You might put them on your health insurance. You might get life insurance policies together.
Nothing's the same as the.
Yeah, you might do different things, and then the law comes in because of your love. You're like, all right, now that's why at wedding you have witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, these people came to witness the holy matrimony before God and the state of New York, since
Yeah,
we're in
whatever
New York,
state, maybe
and then
Vegas,
you get the license from the county clerk office. The person that marries you is called an officiant. By the power vested in me by the state of whatever, I now pronounce you
everyone
man and wife.
Witness and agree.
Yeah,
to this.
exactly. It's almost like court. You got the judge, you got the two people that's coming together as one. Like, okay, what do you agree on? Through sickness and health, from better and worse, I'm still gonna be with this person according to law.
Okay.
And when it don't work out, you go back to the law. Now the law gotta divide your assets and your
Oh my
income,
God.
and then if you have children, then the law might come and tell you how much you gotta pay. The law might tell you when you can see your kids.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The law.
The law is real. That's just the law.
sometimes there's DV, the domestic violence, then the law again.
True.
You
That's
know.
real.
So what you guys think about that? The law part.
I think that part was deep to see that going back to the law. I think, and that's what I think we need to understand. You see, love is not. It's not just based on feelings. It's around feelings and emotions, but it's the law. Love is a principle. You feel me? So with love, there's sacrifice. If you love somebody, you have to sacrifice. If you love somebody, you have to be selfless. If you love somebody, you have to be thinking about them. What do you think about yourself? There's so many kinds of. There's patience. There's kindness. There's
Patience is definitely one of them.
yeah, there's
everybody.
people that have never heard that. There's patience. There's covering them, when they fall short. There's a reproach. There's the rebuke. There's all that comes. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, tell you what love is. So so love is law. It goes hand in hand.
Okay.
But I like that part. That part was really, really good.
I
After
respect the
love
law
comes-
part, like
Mhm.
because
A lot of people scared of the law part.
in a way,
Why you gave me that look,
Why you
Craig?
gave me that look?
You looked at me, so I looked at
You looked at me. I was looking.
I respect it because, like, if it wasn't there would be like not fairness in a way. So I respect it because then it's fair
I agree.
when it comes to things that you might have trouble with. It helps you defeat that. You know, have some type of fair battle.
Shout out to Marcia Lewis. She said, "Good evening, everybody. What up, Marcia? How you doing?"
But love is a beautiful thing. Love is a like I said, if you're two selfless individuals who love God and love themselves and love who you are as an individual, I don't see it's a problem. I've noticed that people fear love more than I've noticed that people fear love more than they fear the gun.
You're like, what?
They fear love more
Than
than
a
the
gun?
gun.
But you could die from a broken heart.
That's true.
I don't believe
You
that.
could, okay.
No, you can.
It's scientific.
can.
It's scientifically proven that if you have a child, right, and you leave the child in the crib, you don't pick the child up, you don't show the child love. Even if you just feed the kid, change the kid, that kid could eventually die from the lack of love.
That's a fact.
That's a scientific fact.
I'm gonna look into that.
That's a
interesting.
fact.
I need you to look into it because
That's a fact.
anything we say, I want you guys out there to
You
look
know
it
what's
up.
crazy? You know the situation with to prove the fact that what you just said. Look at the young man who just committed suicide 2 years ago, who was in jail, who went in jail for no reason.
Khalif Browder, you talking
Exactly. His mother died from a heart attack because she had a broken heart. You see what I'm saying? Look at my man's mother, who his son died 2 years ago. She had cancer, but she died from a broken heart. So you are right, bro. People do when they love somebody
Makes sense.
unconditionally, you know. It is
Makes
what it
sense.
is.
Makes sense.
Remember when I was younger and I broke up with this girl that loved me a lot and she lost a lot of weight after the breakup? She was sad all the time. She would come by the house. You and my brother be in the living room.
What did you
laughing
do,
at
bro?
her.
You did something right, bro.
That's not true.
Say
I don't agree with that last part.
Oh, okay.
But
He just said
Love is
it was
real, it's a lot of
laughter.
energy.
Yeah, but she was real sad and like she changed a lot. She lost a lot of weight and you know at the time I was being young and reckless. You know we was partying and wilding out at the time, and then ultimately you know after a while of wild nights at the club, I realized that damn I really loved her too, and that like I hurt myself from hurting her. And it took me a few years to get back into like a serious relationship, like to get into the
was she
swing of
light
things.
skinned, by the way?
Yeah, she was.
What was the meaning of that?
I just had to.
Well, they
confirm
said it,
who
I
he was
didn't.
Talking about. Just had to make sure I knew who he was talking about.
Well, you knew who I was talking about. You
I
was
just wanted to
there.
make sure, I wanted
This
to
guy, I knew this guy since he was like 12. So
I
he
know.
knows. Okay, we got a question from the people. Let me see.
Love and hip hop.
Okay, Caleb. Shout out to Caleb from Hebron. He said in 2019, what does courting a woman look like? Has it evolved? Is there a right wrong to court? Discuss boundaries. In this love and hip hop generation, does boundaries still exist? Okay, that's a loaded question. Let's start off with the first half. So what does courting look like in 2019? Do people even know what courting is? Courting is like, okay, we think courting in the black community, I'm trying to bag this shorty, basically. That's what courting
That's what
is.
courting is. Courting is basically.
Okay, go ahead.
The courting is the meaning of courting is the intention of marriage. So you're building with the person a partnership for the purpose of marriage. You're not talking to other people. It's just you and the individual, and the intention is marriage.
So do you guys think that still occurs in 2019?
Yeah, people are getting married. There are people there are people who are celibate. There are people who are not indulging in certain things for the purpose of marriage. It's out there. It's out there.
What you guys think? Kim, what you think from a lady's point of view?
About
Courting.
Do
Is
you
courting
think
is
guys
courting
are still trying to get married to girls, and what would it look like?
in 2019?
No. I don't. Sorry.
You don't think so?
It's just because lately girls are being so defensive. It's like they don't think I don't know if guys think that they have a chance with them because girls are just like, I don't really need y'all.
That would explain why the guys are not dancing with girls in the clubs anymore. They look very scared. They dancing with each other. Girls are dancing with each other. No man seems to want to wind up on them.
Yeah, and I was talking with a few single
maybe
girls, and they don't
world,
even care about
maybe in
the
that
marriage
world.
anymore.
That was the world
They're like, I need my money.
we existed.
No,
you
I
know?
understand, but I'm talking about from another aspect. I mean, we have a lot of friends. I mean, we're from the streets, so you know what I'm saying, we see both aspects. But my thing is that, like, I have friends that are getting married. We have friends who,
Me too. Yeah.
you know, a lot of my friends are getting married. I know a lot of your friends, Rickard, are getting married or have great marriages.
Some of them, yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
I just think
But in the
that
midst of that, there are, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of, you know, the Cardi B's and all that, I mean, you know what I'm saying, like, you know.
It's not being televised.
You know,
Well,
yeah, but
That's
it's-
your age group. How old are you?
I'm 32.
All right, so I'm 26.
Okay, that's why.
So
Yeah,
my
okay.
age group and down
Okay.
is like, nah, we good.
Okay.
Maybe when we get to your age
Yeah, I
group,
understand.
we're
That's
gonna
fine,
be
yeah.
like, alright, shorty, let's go. you
Okay,
know?
yeah, I
I
understand.
have a question.
I think it's been a hot girl summer, but it's gonna be a cold girl winter. So the few months is coming up, so they're gonna chill out. I think you guys, well, not you guys, but a lot of the girls out there look like that look up at Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. That's saying, oh, go out there and be a thot. These girls are in committed relationships.
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
Cardi B's married, you know, so
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
And
being
Megan Thee Stallion
televised.
got a boyfriend, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
she's
telling you.
the money bag, yo.
All of
Yeah.
these people that's talking a lot of crap
Like Gucci Man
is
and all married.
with a man.
Mm.
And these girls are listening to them but not seeing their background story. And it's like,
Do they care?
they don't care to listen. They just like the music.
Because this generation.
Wait, let's finish Caleb's question. He said, is there a right or wrong way to court? Let's give this to Sanders. It's the Casanova.
The
with
right
shades.
way to court is, like I said, you know, you're building. You know what I'm saying? You get to know, like, first of all, you date. You get to know maybe like 3 or 4 people. There's no sex involved, none of that. But you're just getting to know people. You know, you go out with your friends and
No sex involved, huh?
You know, no sex involved. You getting to know. You know, you go in groups and stuff like that. You're just building. And then from then and there, you know.
He just jumped right back
Out of
in.
the
That's
3 or
professional.
4, of course. After the 3 or 4, you basically, you know, from the one that you choose, that you feel more comfortable, you just start building. Just start building. And you make your intentions, you know.
Wait, I thought we was doing the wrong way to court.
Not about the right way to court.
Okay,
Right way to
what's the
court.
right way to court?
I just
Okay,
said
that's sorry.
Make
It sounded
intention.
no.
I said after you know you did with like 3 or 4, just talking to find out what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, you have standards. They don't meet your standards. Like, listen, you're not meeting my criteria. We can be friends, and that's it. You feel me? But like I said, there's no sex involved. There's none of that involved. I gotta just be clear upon that.
I think you lost them right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right there, I'm kind of confused.
How you confused? Because there's no sex involved?
Yeah,
It's not always about sex,
I
bro.
didn't, but it doesn't
So
have
what would be
to.
the wrong way? What would be the wrong way to
The
court?
wrong way would be just slaying chicks like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You see what I'm saying? That's the wrong way. You feel what I'm saying?
I think when it comes to courting,
Wrong way.
I think it depends on what you want the girl for. You know, sometimes you can make your intentions known. Sometimes people have hidden motives and agendas
Agendas,
on
yeah.
both sides. Sometimes you can meet a girl and she's like, okay, come, let's go hang out, blah blah. And really, she just want to have sex, but she's gonna give you sex to lure you in, and then she's gonna try to come with the relationship after. There's people that do that. Sometimes guys might use materialistic things to lure the girl in, and then they might date them for a little bit, and then when the girl see the real them, like, okay, you got nice things, but I don't want to deal with you. There's a lot of different ways. It depends on what you want. Sometimes you might want a certain thing, and you're like, yeah, this is what I want, and then you get it, you're like, nah, this is not what I want. Sometimes it's the thing that you thought that you did not want is what you need. You understand what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
But in regards to, does he also discuss the boundaries in this love and hip hop generation? Is there still boundaries? Of course, there's boundaries. You ain't gonna go out here raping girls like a madman.
Whoa,
Of course
this guy-
not.
Wait, what do you
But-
think, Kim?
You're gonna have some respect. You know, it's a Me Too movement. You understand?
It's
You
real
can't
out here, bro.
you can't be grabbing on
R.
girls
Kelly, bro.
and doing all these
Oh,
things.
That's
You
real.
understand?
Look at like
You
it's
know,
real.
look at
happening?
Antonio
I don't
Brown.
know
Like,
what's
you
It's
know,
real. It's
Wait.
real.
It's the next level.
he's been.
I thought we was talking about courting. saying.
So it's about putting it in
Yeah, I'm saying he's talking about the wrong way. I'm talking about the wrong way
Yeah,
too.
the wrong way.
Some guys be trying to date rape. You
That's
understand what I'm
Facts, they
saying?
are.
That's still,
Like they be trying
It
to.
happens.
that's a little too far.
No, but it happens, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I'm
It happens.
Not
Like it happens.
disagreeing, but
Girls- yeah, it
gotta
happens.
give the kids a more realistic.
No, but that's realistic though.
That's extreme.
That's
realistic.
not extreme. That's life.
Nope, not everybody's
But
gonna be R. Kelly.
bro, we not into that. That's not our thing. But there's people that's into that, bro. Gotta be real.
Caleb asked another question. He said, "Has social media and its outlets fast track dating process?" Of course. Look at they got Tinder. They got Plenty of Fish.
Also,
They got all these
they also have the Facebook dating app right now too.
They got Black People Meet.
Yeah.
They got Black Planet, you know, and some. It's supposed to be dating websites where you could find someone that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. But some people just use it to hook up for booty calls. Don't you think? What you guys think? Because some dudes that you know they have those apps that they have just for girls. You know, they have all these apps just to holler at girls. There's apps I forgot what was Badoo, like Badoo, the one with all the trannies and stuff.
What there's an app for that too?
Yeah, that's an app for that. Cause I had a friend, he used to be on Badoo all the time, and that was like a fast track app where like girls just want to hook up. They had a lot of prostitutes and a lot of trannies. Trannies would
This
put
is getting
TS.
dark.
They were like, oh,
How
do
do
you
you
like
know this
TS?
stuff?
He used to
Like-
show me. He used to show me, bro. Because when he first came home, when he
This is the
first
dark
came
side
home,
of the world.
I think what was going on.
when he first
going on.
when he first came home,
Wow.
he was thirsty, so he downloaded all the
Yeah,
apps
it's
and
there.
he used to show me, and I used to be like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Listen, are you
That's
up
right.
to date with what's going on in this world? Like you know what's going on, right?
Yeah,
No, let me
somewhat.
let her answer. Yes. But why are you so surprised what he's saying?
Guys, yes or no? Do they use the dating
I'm
apps
not
for
surprised
sex?
at what
Yes
he's
or
saying.
no?
I'm surprised that if he was doing it.
He's not doing it.
I wasn't
He's
doing
not doing
it. I wasn't
That's
doing
what
it.
I want to
He's not
know.
doing it. He's
Oh.
a married man.
I don't even have Snapchat. You asked me that earlier. I said, no, like,
All I
But
have- all I have is-
Snapchat is just an app, man.
no.
Snapchat.
People send crazy snaps, bro.
That's- come
Just
on.
like people slide into DMs and Instagram.
Come on. Yeah.
The Instagram
It's
is
a
for
fact.
business, you know.
Instagram's for business.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why a lot of those girls got booking infos, right? What's their talents? Well, what you booking them for? You tell me.
Video,
That's a fact.
video girls.
It's
man.
not video girls, but it's selling that. Come on, bro. That's stupid, bro.
I like to think there's some innocent people out there.
Caleb goes, dang, how y'all know? Ask her for a
Bro,
friend.
bro,
See?
listen,
I just
listen,
told
wait,
y'all.
bro. Caleb, we know because we're connected to the streets. You know exactly what it is, bro. We
He
know
knows
exactly
what
what's
it
going
is?
on.
When I was 25,
Come on,
26
Caleb, that's why we
years,
love you, bro.
when I was 25,
I miss
26,
you.
I used to live on my own. Like, that was the trap spot, bro. It used to come sometimes.
Facts, it's love.
And you know, girls used to pull up. My friend, he had just came home from jail. He went a few years without it. So
Exactly.
when he came home, he downloaded all the apps. The longer you on the apps, the darker it gets.
Exactly.
So he kept seeing TS. And he was like, what's TS? I said, I don't know. Ask them what TS is. We went to Urban Dictionary. TS was transsexual. And I was like, damn,
Okay, I
this
ask
is
a question,
crazy.
right? Can I ask a question? You say something?
Nah, Caleb.
I want to say something, right? How do you guys feel about? Let's talk about. Since we're talking about transsexual. How do you feel about Malik Yoba? Because you know this is the real word, bro.
Wait, I gotta hear
I
about
know.
business first.
Stop.
I
I
gotta.
really
No.
want to talk about
No, we're gonna
business.
get to
but-
We're going to get to it. We have a whole hour. We
I want to connect business to this, like the fast tracking of
Okay, that's
dating
fine.
and stuff like
That's
that,
fine.
right?
Okay. All right,
Like,
go ahead.
let's
We
be
can connect
honest,
that. That's
it's
easy.
Go
it's
ahead.
advertisement. The reason why people are on these dating websites is because it's getting advertised, and women and men are like tired of seeing these girls that they're not attracted to, and they're trying to see, okay, there's a profile that might have something similar to what I like.
And sex sells.
And exactly, and then they're proving, look, I could find you a lady quicker than you could find yourself one outside if you're walking. So it's advertisement. It's straight up advertisement. Of course, there's people going to be on it, and they're going to look at stuff that's crazy.
You remember back in the days we used to go to the club, right? At the time I didn't have IG. Bundy would be in the club. Instead of getting girls' numbers, he get the IG.
That's why he's the man.
But then back then
Everybody
he was like,
remembers
yo,
him.
I don't need her number. I got her IG. Why?
True.
Because once you get her IG, you look through her whole profile, you see what she's up, and then If it's good, then you slide in the DM. Yo, you remember me? I'm from so. Some girls would give their IG before they give their number, just to see what you look like, what you up to, and what you're doing. Then like, okay, let me check out his resume. Because IG is just a resume.
That is what
it's a highlight reel.
Pretty much.
Off.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but continue that because I want to go back to that training thing. But continue. I want to talk about that.
Caleb said, "Respect, love, peace, have a
Respect,
good
respect,
night,
exactly,
everybody."
exactly. Because the thing is that
we go to bed early.
we talked about the reason why I was saying that is because Malik Yoba came out that he's attracted to trannies.
He's gay, man.
Exactly.
Let's not give them no airtime.
Please, thank you.
There's no such a thing with chicks with dicks. There's only dudes with tits. That's it. That's it.
That's philosophy.
That's real. That's real. That's real. That's it. That's real.
The way you put it was just
But that's
perfect.
real. That's
like-
real. That's real. That's real, bro.
But
And with that, we move to business, right?
Right.
So
Fine.
basically, business. So once you find the love, then you decide to add the law in. Now y'all married, y'all joint contract. Then you give her your name. So now you're under a business entity. When you're under a business, you all share the same name. Then you fall under the same conglomerate, right?
Yeah.
So now you're operating under the business name, which is your last name. So under your
Wow.
business name, you get bills under your name, obviously. You
Mhm.
might put gas, electric,
She looked at you when you said
rent,
no, that's because
and then you might buy a house. So boom, now you have investments. Now you have investment property. You building net worth and wealth. So
Mhm.
now you have these things together, and you might do other things. Like I know some people they get into real estate with their wives. Some people do other type of businesses with their wives. Mom and pop stores, sometimes they call them. Some people open up restaurants and things
Okay.
of that nature.
So-
You know, you might have the credit, she might have the cash, or you might have the cash, she might have the credit. You might have the degree, she might have the skill, or you might have the skill, she might have the degree,
I have a
and you're working
question.
together to build legacy.
What does paperwork have to be involved in the sense of
Paperwork always got to be involved
So-
with law.
Well, that's the thing. I wanted to ask you about. I think Caleb was saying something about what's the right or wrong way to court, and I was thinking more of court as in going to court. Prenup. Is
Yeah,
prenup?
prenup is a part of it. If
Is it right?
you want to be.
Is it a right or wrong thing to do?
Okay, let's say it this way, right? You open up into a business with someone, right? Let's just use a lease. Let's use a lease for example, right? You own property together, you rent in the house, you give the tenant a lease, right?
Mm-hmm.
The tenant doesn't follow the things that's written in the lease, which is a contract, a legal binding contract. What happens? You evict them. You gotta take them to court. You go through the law. You evict them. You bring a lawyer to defend you, and then you evict them through a judge, the magistrate. That's the referee basically, and then
So
they issue a warrant, I guess, to evict you, a notice of eviction.
Wow.
And then the person comes and evict you, right?
Wow.
The marshal. Same thing when you enter into a marriage, right? If you don't get a prenup, then when you do decide to divorce, or if you divorce, worst case scenario, then you
Same
got to go
process.
between. If you don't have a prenup, you got to go before a judge, and the judge decides, and everything gets split down the middle. If you have a prenup, then you both decide that whatever you walk into the marriage, that's what you walk out with. Whatever you build together, you split in half.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
some people are offended by prenups, you know,
That's what.
because they feel like the only reason why you sign a prenup is because you don't think this will last.
And that's what I'm more on. I think it just sounds. I don't know. It sounds better when you we're married with no prenup than we're married with the prenup. One sounds like you played it safe. The other sounds like you're all in. Like
Yeah, I mean, love is a gamble.
True.
Love is a gamble, man. There's a lot that you risk when you fall in love and when you bring in the law and you marry. It's a big commitment. I think that's why a lot of people scared, especially in this fast world. You know,
Mhm.
instant gratification,
15
Instagram,
seconds,
instant
you
food,
see a bunch of
instant
my
everything.
God.
So
My man is hitting the
so
rules tonight.
so you want to be instant, and then you catch yourself
bang,
in a
bang, bang.
Should be a DJ.
you want to be
Oh
instant.
my God.
I'm supportive, baby.
You're living in an instant society, but then
That's
you
facts.
catch yourself into a lifelong commitment, a
Wow.
lifelong contract. It's like you max out your contract if you're in the NBA, 100 million, 100-year contract. You know, because you and your partner together, you have the ability to make 100 million. What's stopping you? Look at perfect example. Jeff Bezos and his wife. they didn't work out because he slept with a younger girl. But at the same time, she helped build his company together. They built Amazon together. So when they got divorced, she got half. Now she's one of the richest women in the world.
Respect.
Why not look for? Look at. I'm looking at. Look at.
Because she tell me all the time, don't let my penis get me in trouble, you know?
Speaking of penises get you in trouble,
Wait,
pause.
what?
You just said
It's been in
When
the,
he said pause,
it's
he
been
made
in
it
the news
worse.
a lot that no, I'm just saying it's been in the
Yeah.
news a lot that women been cutting off men's penises for that. Like, you know, I seen at least 3 stories in the last 2 months about that.
You
Like,
sure it's not Google just sending it to you?
no, it's on Yahoo News, but
It's Yahoo.
but they've been cutting off people's penises, like, you know, and throwing it into the tall grass. Like, that's the worst thing. Then you gotta call the cops. They gotta help you look for it. You know.
Go and look for it.
I mean,
Can you
you.
reattach
They can't leave that in the
sometimes
thing.
you do
You just stated
reattach it.
facts.
That's why you gotta look for it.
Sometimes you
What you gonna do? Like,
facts.
what if you don't look for it? Then what?
Why are you
My
so
mind
surprised?
just got
Hold
scarred.
on. Why are you so surprised? Wait, hold on. Why are you so surprised about that? That's facts.
Why would you?
What?
Okay, why would you not look for it?
What?
Why
He's
would you
telling
not
you-
look for it? Why would you
He's not
not?
looking for it. He's telling you facts.
First of all right,
I've
I don't
just-
know if y'all
I'ma
ever
look for
seen that
mine, bro.
movie
I'ma look for
Hostel.
I'm gonna look for months.
I don't know if y'all seen the movie Hostel, but it's Hostel too. The girl cut the guy's penis off, right? So that she could leave because she was like, yo, I make more money than him. I'll pay you double whatever he's paying. I'll pay you more. I'll kill him, you know, so he don't have to kill me. And then they was like, all right, so do it. You gotta do it right in front of us. And then she chopped his penis off, and she was like, don't worry, he gonna bleed out to death. So while he's looking for it, isn't he bleeding? Like, when does he have time to look for his penis?
Sometimes you could tie it and stop the bleeding.
That's a fact.
Why are we
Come on.
giving this imagery? I feel like a picture should just pop up right now of a stitch.
Come on. What you think a sausage or a hot dog is?
Oh, and there goes the hot dog picture that just
You
popped
gotta
up.
tie the ends,
beautiful.
you know?
Exactly.
If you want to live, that's what you're gonna do. Bro,
Yeah,
this is
You're gonna be
survival
like,
101, bro.
brother.
Like,
my penis.
you could just sit there and bleed out. That's up to you. That's your decision. It's your
He's
life.
like, I'm a move, right?
Regardless, if you
Wow.
can't reattach it without the doctor.
Of course, but you
So
gotta.
where you at?
Here's what you do.
I'm
said
not.
he in the
Listen,
desert
we
or
really,
wherever he's
we
in the
really
woods.
playing this
Here's
scenario
here's
out.
what you
You
do,
gonna
right?
be dead.
If you in the desert, then yeah, you're dead. But at the same time, but let's get off the penis for a second. Pause.
Thank you.
Any body part, anybody.
I'm saying something serious,
Guys.
and you and your girls laugh like it's a joke.
Because it is a joke.
Guys,
Anyways, go ahead.
any body part that gets cut off, it could be saved if you put it on ice and you rush to the hospital within a certain
right.
time.
Where you
Like,
getting this ice?
If it's
I agree.
if it's a tooth, you put it in
You
milk.
can
and
buy it in
rush
the
to
store.
hospital.
I'm just
What
very.
if you're far out?
Yeah, listen, we just gotta leave this
Then it's a
alone.
wrap.
die.
It's a wrap. Like, wow.
Basically, what she's saying.
I'd rather
is-
try and have a baby than don't try at all. Like that's what I'm saying. I'd rather try. Like let me fail trying. You know?
Let me try.
50 Cent said it best. Get rich or die trying. You know? Die trying.
Obviously
And he
can't
got
die.
rich, right? Exactly.
He
So,
couldn't die. They shot him mad times.
even in power, it took him a while to die.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to 50 Cents, man.
Doing his thing out
Doing
here.
his thing.
Yeah.
Very relevant.
So what you guys think about love, law, and business?
So I wanted to talk more about business too.
All right, go big.
Well, in terms of business, we already talked about prenup and should there be ultimate trust in terms of like say you starting a business together? It's the same thing as a prenup, I guess. Marriage is in sense of a business. So in terms of opening a business together, you know, both of y'all CEOs, and should it be ultimate trust or should there be paperwork again? Like I want to know.
There's always got to be paperwork when you're doing business, bro.
Okay.
Where's the proof? You can't make business on a handshake. Who's
Okay.
gonna see it? It has to be before law. Like this business is serious, bro. Business is serious.
Okay, just making sure, you know.
It's not a game. That's why they call it business.
I love you though, Cameau.
Think about it, right? Think about it. Kamel, look. Kamel, when you started your employment at your job, did they make you sign a contract?
Of course, but
Maybe
those are people I don't know. I don't trust
a lot of
them.
papers, right?
I don't trust them
Okay.
either.
They don't trust you neither. That's why they signed a
I'm
contract.
talking about somebody you love, you know. I want to show them ultimate trust.
So we got to sign a contract.
I have a company with my brother, and we still got it in writing, right?
Yeah.
You know,
What?
I have a company with my brother, and we still have it in writing.
Okay.
I have a company with my brother right here. We still have it in writing.
Yeah, but I trust them. Still, but things that what the contract does, it reaffirms the trust. You see what I'm saying?
Just like a marriage license.
Exactly, bro.
Okay.
So, quick question: would you start a business with your girl?
Yeah, of course.
That's what's up. Oh, she agrees. She's like,
We already got plans moving. Man.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's good, man.
That's beautiful.
Build a legacy.
Brother legacy.
We have that trust.
Oh, that trust.
Yeah.
And what is a trust?
Oh,
Trust is.
He's funny.
yo, my man, getting it tonight.
No, what is a trust? As in,
This episode tonight, I gotta watch again, bro.
there's multiple levels of trust. There's a trust between you and I. I could go to the bank and open up a trust account, right?
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right, you open up a bank account, right? It's trust. Like you're giving the bank your money, and they're giving you back proof and a numeric value that we are holding your money to reinvest it at a very low interest rate, but still, and you trust them to when you want your money back for you to
They're
go
gonna
back
give
and
it to
withdraw
you.
it. That's trust, right? If you were my kid and I'm loving a legacy to continue your legacy, I'll build a trust for you.
Wow.
I'll create a bank account leaving money for you that you receive at a certain age, and because I trust you as my child, and you trust me as a parent, you trust that I'll have your best.
But that's more business, what'd you say?
It's still a trust.
Yeah, but we was talking about the other kind of trust.
nah.
Faith. I would say faith.
Okay. Faith
Maybe
is
it's
believing in the
faith.
things unseen.
Yes, and I would say it's faith. We have ultimate.
But you can see her. She's right in front of you.
No.
But bro,
let me tell you.
stay in that trust, bro.
Let me ask y'all something.
No. Before you begin, though, bro.
Mhm.
Finish the trust part, bro. I like that part, bro. Keep going. Then there's what other trust after that?
I mean, then after that,
Yeah, somebody stop that.
Yo, I'm not feeling this, bro. Go ahead, bro.
yeah. After that,
Yeah.
those are the two kind of trust. Everything else comes in bonds. You know, stocks and bonds. What is a bond? A bond is a binding
Investments.
contract that holds you together. And what's holding you together with your investments is the things that you reap to pull out afterwards.
This is banking.
It's all protected by law.
The law.
It is all protected by law. But now we go back to law now. But now we go back to love because I love money, because I love investments. I'm putting my money into it.
Now I'm about to drop the mic.
Bang. Another one. So,
Okay.
what you about to ask? Go ahead.
No, it was just about faith. So
Believing in things unseen.
yeah, so about things unseen. At the end of the day, you still have to have faith in that person, even if you have the law behind you, because people all the time go against the law.
And once you have faith in a person, then you expect them to be faithful to
True.
fulfill what you both have in trust in the business that's going to
That's
grow
the,
from
but
love.
that's the which one is higher on the list? Is it faith or is it law that comes that's higher?
It goes hand in hand.
I think it all comes in hand in hand.
It goes
I
hand
think
in hand.
I think there's an order.
Let's go back to the Bible. Because we have faith in God, we keep His laws and commandments.
So faith is first. Because if
Whoa, bro.
so, if there's no faith, that means they won't keep the law.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If we don't believe in God, then why would we keep His commandments and laws? What
That's a
for what?
fact.
Because therefore we have no faith, so we don't believe in the things unseen, so we don't believe in the God that we can't see and the things to come.
The only way to believe in God is to have ultimate faith, though. Not about the law.
Exactly. But because you have faith, you keep the law and the commandments.
Because you
That's
have faith.
and what did God say? If you love me, you will keep my commandments.
So is faith.
Where does it say that?
Oh, that's in the Bible. Just Google it.
Good.
I'm charging my phone, so
I'll find it for you.
yeah.
Okay.
So, faith first. Faith and love is hand to hand.
Yeah, facts.
Because once to fall in love with somebody, that means you have like faith in their intentions that are good.
Exactly. Man, my brother. I like this vibe though. She really is feeling you, bro.
Wow, just snitching right on TV.
Love is a beautiful thing, but I just came from a funeral yesterday, bro.
Oh,
So,
now I got
at
that.
the end of the day, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful
Funerals
thing.
don't count. Spread love
When you
now.
meet somebody, you know, it's beautiful. Man, Cameau. Is it correct, right?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I said it wrong.
So what you guys want to talk about now?
Yo, bro, I'm still on that.
Well, let's talk about the green planet.
What?
I want to ask you a quick question, right?
Okay, 1 John 5:3-4. This is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous.
I want to ask you a good question, right? How do you guys feel about the way black entrepreneurs, because we're talking about business, how do you guys feel about the way black entrepreneurship is going right now? What's your thoughts about that? People being entrepreneurs as black people. What do you feel about that?
As black people, I think that we should. Well, wait. Why are you saying as black people?
No. How do you feel about? Because there's a lot of black entrepreneurship that's going on. How do you guys feel about that? You know, people are creating things, and
I think it's good.
Okay.
I think that it shouldn't be new. I think it should
It's
be
not
old.
new. Have you ever heard George Washington Carver?
Exactly.
He made
like-
what, over 200 things with peanut butter?
That's what I'm saying. The fact
That
he's
Negro has
talking-
skills.
The fact that he's talking like it's new is silly to me because
I don't think so. I don't think it's new. I'm talking about in regards to like how it's being like more magnified. Like,
You ever heard of Madam C.J. Walker?
exactly. I'm like, what is he talking about? This is old.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like, unfortunately, like,
He's saying it's being
Like,
seen more on
Pern, what do you think that
Instagram.
was?
I know it's
He's
about,
talking about-
I know it's about black people. Just
He's
that
talking about
it's
Instagram
just
and
that in the
sense.
Microwave. Who you thought that was by?
The traffic light, the filament in the
Like,
light,
come on.
the telephone, the cell phone,
dark place.
the microphone.
I know.
First of all, let's be honest.
The microphone.
Black people created everyone
Everything.
else.
I know. Listen, I know. But I'm
We
talking about-
are the entrepreneurs.
Listen, I know, but I'm talking about in regards to, when you see like in publicly, especially with the media, you see a lot of negativity more than positivity. For me, I feel like we don't get as much credit as we deserve. That's all I'm basically saying.
Well, it depends on the crowd. Let's be honest. If you have your supporters, you have your supporters. You have your haters, you have your haters. It's not only about color, because even if we say white people have their haters too.
Facts.
But it's not shown as much.
Well, speaking of love, law, injury, and insult,
Okay.
Kevin Hart, he was with his first wife. He was cheating a lot. He ended up cheating with the girl that he's married with now. Got married. He divorced the first wife in love, law,
That's really sticky.
business. Then his business took his business took off, so he divorced the first woman, and then he fell in love with the girl that was on the side. Then he married her. Then came the law, and then now in his business, which is his stand-up, he talks about everything that happened, and then he ended up having a sex tape, cheating on the girl that he was cheating on his first wife with, and now he's being
Hold on. He has a sex tape.
yeah. So now the girl that was in the tape with him is suing him for $60 million. I wonder how his wife feels about this.
How recent was this?
Your penis gets
This
you in trouble,
was
guys.
like what, earlier this year or last year?
That's
Kevin Hart was
crazy,
caught on tape having sex with this girl. She was really tall, so it looked like he was balancing on his tiptoes.
What was his excuse? Do these people have excuses, or
No comment.
Yeah.
I mean,
You just
What's his
Crazy.
what's his excuse?
he's very informed?
It's my job.
It
I
is.
do investigative reporting. Okay.
That I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sad, bro. It's not worth it, man.
So now, so now the love, the law, and the business is all being affected by his actions.
Lack of, because he broke the trust.
Yeah, lack of self-control. That ruined the business.
Is his wife gonna divorce him?
No, because she's all about the business.
All right.
Yeah.
She's not her. Maybe she knew.
Do you feel like she really loves him?
If I feel like
Do
that,
you feel like she really loves
a lot of
him?
people say she would have never been with him if he was the old Kevin Hart that the first wife married. She came after he had money, and do I think she really loves him? Let's put it this way, right?
Right? Oh, where was the
It's
sound
her
effects?
reactions. It's her reactions, bro.
Well,
From the beginning of the show, bro.
What was she doing before she met him?
What's she doing?
Supposedly she was a model. I've never seen her in Sports Illustrated.
Me either.
I've never seen her in Victoria's Secrets. But there's a lot of Instagram models. I know that.
It's a fact.
All you gotta do is take pictures in underwear.
It's a fact.
So, you know, maybe she brings in the law and then she takes half his business. Who knows? Unless they sign the prenup, but that's why she's still there.
I'm done. Your birth show over. It's done. It's over.
All right, guys. So thank you for watching The Real Word. Thanks everybody. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting. Thank you to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting us since day one.
So you promote prenups?
How you act like that, bro? Bro, that's fine.
You can come on our website to www.therealwordministriesinc.org. That's www.therealwordministries. You guys are distracted.
Bro, that's hard, bro.
I just want to know. Like,
But yeah, guys, we see you next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Look at the corner of the screen. It's going to say prenup ?